Welcome to America First Radio, your prescribed, patriotic, freedom-loving bitch slap from the heartland of America. Well, if you haven't heard yet, Donald Trump is president of the United States, or he will be. Unless you're living under a rock, you should already know this. Now, contrary to popular belief, I am not a Trump worshiper by any stretch of the imagination. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad he won and I voted for him. But now, will he be able to fix everything and save us from ourselves? Of course not. Will he be able to come through with absolutely everything he promised? Seriously, that's highly doubtful. Is it going to be a perfect presidency? That concept itself makes me want to laugh. I'm afraid that's mostly impossible. We all know that. Don't be naive. Personally, I'll be pleased if he's able to come through with half of what he intended to do. These are all issues for another totally different segment, however. First of all, let me say that I owe America in general a big apology. In an earlier bit I did, I stated that apparently most Americans were more interested in Kardashian desperate housewife style politics, where they honestly thought that talking immature smack about the other party was somehow meaningful or insightful. I stated that Americans seemed more interested in what someone said about the opposite sex 20 years ago, or that they said some mean things, than they were actually concerned about the issues at hand. America, you've proven me wrong, and I have not been this glad to be proven wrong in a long time. As you can see now, I got Old Glory flying behind me. I got the captain standing right here next to me, so I ain't scared. Let's just jump in. Yeah, I'm overdoing it today, I get it. I do have a point. There is a method to my madness. Patriotism. What does that mean for a country or to you personally? Why is this patriotism or national pride even important at all? I mean, why? Who cares? Let's put it this way. Here is a question to ponder. What happens to people when they have absolutely no self-respect for themselves or for other people? No pride in themselves, for their jobs, their houses, how they present themselves. No respect for their communities and ultimately for their country. I mean, we've all seen individuals like this. I have. I know you have. Haven't you ever just looked at someone and said, man, get a little self-respect? It usually doesn't promote a positive outcome for these people in the end. I mean, this kind of attitude kind of permeates through everything you do. It permeates through your life, your personal life, all the way through to where you live. Now, I'm not talking about indoctrination. I'm not talking about arrogance. There is a difference. Nor am I suggesting that on the 4th of July, you should shove a Roman candle up your ass and whistle Dixie while you're trying to mate with a bald eagle. They don't like it when you do that. And now we know why certain people can never go back to the zoo, but that's another boring, very sad story for another time. I'll get back to that later. I'm simply talking about a healthy and balanced appreciation for the country you live in and what you do have. I've talked to people from third world hellholes who came here who seem to understand this concept better than a lot of people who were born here. I've talked to people who seem to have more pride in their favorite sports team or rock band than they do for where they live. To me, this concept of patriotism and just basic appreciation isn't much different than simply keeping your house in order or having some pride in your work. Builders, construction workers out there, do you regularly build a beautiful house and then later on go in and kick holes in the walls? Of course you don't. There's a reason for that. Well, there's probably multiple reasons for that. I get it. One reason, of course, is You don't want to go destroy something that you worked so hard to build. If you have something you love or are even reasonably proud of that you helped build, or maybe your parents helped build, you usually want to take care of it, don't you? Now, in the end, I think we have seen a big resurgence of patriotism in this country. This last election, I think, was proof of that. If we hadn't, I think most people would have chosen to stay home and just keep accepting the same rancid status quo that we've had for so long now. Another point I'd like to touch on is lately on social media, I've seen a lot of people spewing out concepts like false patriotism. What exactly does that mean? Excuse my ignorance, but I really don't know what that means. What exactly are you accusing people of? Are you actually trying to make people feel guilty for having a bit of national pride? Are you one of those glass half empty people that can't understand someone else's ability to be appreciative and actually happy with where they live? I've even been accused of this so-called false patriotism at times myself. Someone really needs to explain this concept to me. Because let me ask you this right now. Can you read my mind? Can you see what is inside here? Because if you can, we're getting together and we're going to Vegas, baby, and we're going to clean house. But if you can't read minds or see what's in someone else's heart, how freaking dare you accuse others of this, of false patriotism? And let me tell you something, friends. The captain has spoken. We're going to take a little break right now and just go to this word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Hello. Are you suffering from T.A.R.D, T.A.R.D, Trump Acceptance Resistance Disorder? If so, and you experience symptoms longer than 4 to 5 days, please contact a professional and seek job placement assistance immediately. For more severe symptoms such as incessant sobbing, the need to stroke a puppy, or wearing diaper pins due to any lack of identifiable mental coping mechanisms, seek an immediate safe space and contact your psychiatrist right away. This has been a public service announcement from your caring friends over at Suck It Up Buttercup. Okay, we're back. Thank you from those fine people over at Suck It Up Buttercup. Yeah, we don't have sponsors. Really? Seriously? Who's going to sponsor this? Hey, my partner in crime is obviously not here again today. I promise he's very real and not just a figment of my imagination. He will, in fact, be here with me at a later time. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook at America First Radio. I'm on Twitter as well, at TheRealBP65. And give us a listen next time when I blabber on relentlessly about the Second Amendment. Dum, dum, dum. And basically why the Second Amendment just says because. Just because. It's no more complicated than that. Have a good one, y'all.